へ行きたいって言ってたでしょ。今がその時よ。
ワイズシュタイナーは俺だ。てめえら誰なんだよ。
師匠に会って伝えなきゃいけない言葉があるんだ。
まずは思考性を集結させるのです。エデンズグリッター、オーバーヒールデストロイ、
ガンズハーベスト。
見つけたぞ。
好き。お前の船は俺たちがもらう。
マザーは実在します。この広い宇宙のどこかに。
ガキがいいぜ。時間はねえが遊んでやる。
友達のいねえお前の友達になってやる。Good day, my friends, and welcome back to the desert with Stronghold Crusader Definitive Edition. Over 20 years have passed since we first enlisted you to build your castle economy, skirmish against rival lords, and besiege enemy castles. Today, we beckon you once more unto the Holy Lands. So gird your loins and sharpen your steel, for you will soon be tested. The desert is a cruel land, with fearsome opponents to be found, devilishly designed castles, and grand armies to command. So make sure your walls are strong, your soldiers are in good heart, and maybe you will enjoy the smell of victory. Crusader! Wishlist now on Steam.
僕も混ぜてよ。
There were too many. And their weapons. So many good officers that...
We're the cops. All the bad ones should be afraid of us.
Cops shouldn't be feared. What do you want us to be? Judges? Executioners?
What do you think, Murphy?
Surrender, or there will be trouble.
You're going down!
特殊能力を持つ者が現れ始めた近未来、巨大複合企業スメラギグループの統制により安定した秩序が保たれていた。
飛ばしアームドブルー
GV、 雷撃を操る最強のセブンス能力者。特殊な銃で敵に飛来心を打ち込むことで雷撃を誘導必中させる。電磁場の力で高速で地面をかけ壁を蹴り上がる能力を有し、攻撃時に展開される雷撃輪は実体弾を無効化する。そして覚醒するスキルが GV を最強たらしめる。アキュラ、能力者根絶のため戦う科学者の少年。ブリッツダッシュでターゲットにロックオン、強力なロックショットを連続発射してターゲットを殲滅する。多数のビット兵器を制御するための AI ユニットロロによりボスのセブンスを取り込み武器として使用できる。
裏92式雷帝夜叉砕き。
キリン、セブンスを封印するギブスの能力を持つ戦にと尺状型の仕込み刀とセブンスを込めた護符を組み合わせて戦う。護符を貼り付けた敵に対して刹那の踏み込みから斬撃を叩き込む雷帝連鎖を駆使した一撃必殺の抜刀術で敵を切り伏せる。ガンボルトに思いを寄せる少女シアンの能力が具現化した存在モルフォ。
思いが具現化したモルフォという名の幻。
取り込んだサイバーディーバの力でアキュラをサポートするロロ。レイラのセブンスで歌によって能力を霊気強化させるサイバージーンルクシア。傷つき倒れた時、そして高いクードスを維持した時、
こんなところで終わらせない。
戦意を高揚させるディーバたちの歌が響き渡る。全搭載されたこれまでの DLC を乗り越えることはできるのか。新たに生まれ変わる戦いのメモリー、そして本編で語られなかった記憶を呼び起こすライブラリーモード。駆け抜けた青葉来航、断罪の白き悲願、砂人が紡ぐ死の未来、青き雷帝の覚醒、ガンボルト・オデッセイの全てを。
ふざけるな！私は生きている！赤いな！帝国の職、喧嘩の仕方を教えてやろう！
こんな正しい世界じゃ生きてたってどうせつまんないし。私はこんなところで死にたくない。あんたを使ってでも。
スカーレット相手に手加減は無用だ。
こんなもんよ。
自由は戦場にある。
プロデュースはお任せあれ。
大悪逆令嬢ストラテジー・オブ・リリー。
2025年春発売予定。
Until someone comes to slay you. The gift changes you, slowly consuming every little part of your humanity. I should know. It runs in my blood.
Who dares to question my will? Standing in the way of my redemption.
Super Mario Party Jamboree is getting an upgrade on Nintendo Switch 2. The upgrade expands on the base game and adds new features, including mouse controls, audio recognition, more expressive rumble, and gameplay that uses a camera accessory, all of which can be accessed on Switch 2. Let's check out 3 new and updated modes. First up is Mario Party mode. With a single camera, up to 4 players can join the festivities. You'll be able to see each other's faces as you play, so you can experience all the reactions and emotions in real time. Or 4 friends can take the party online. Up next, it's Bowser Live, a mode where the livelier team wins. Bowser will bring you on stage to hit blocks to collect the most coins, guide an RC car with your voice, go, and compete in other mini-games using full-body movement and sound. Finally, take a ride on the mouse-controlled carnival coaster. With the safety bar lowered and secured, you're off! Use mouse controls to shoot down enemies while you feel the bumps and rumbles of the coaster. When you enter a pipe, a minigame will begin. There's a bouldering game where 2 players each control an arm, and one where you shake a can of spray paint and quickly tag objects. Enjoy the thrill of these intuitive minigames. How quickly can you reach the station? From minigames that use a camera, the built-in microphone, mouse controls, and rumble, the biggest party yet is getting even bigger. Super Mario Party Jamboree.
Escape from dire straits.
Minutes until oxygen 0.
Help me! Please help me, Dante!
The latest entry in the The Somnium Files series is stirring. You are Kaname Date, a special agent with a sophisticated AI called Aiba embedded in his left eye. Your mission is to track down Iris, an internet idol who has been trapped in a mysterious escape game. Conduct interviews to investigate Iris's whereabouts. Dive into a subject's dreams to reveal clues hidden deep within their psyche. And solve mind-bending puzzles in an explorable environment. Everything you learn will bring you one step closer to the truth. Uncover what's hidden in reality and dreams to rescue Iris. No sleep for Kaname Date from The Somnium Files.
You is confusion and hurt. You're making a grave mistake.
All this time? We've been lying to everyone? What are we actually doing?
What do you mean, creatures?
No, this can't be real.
Do you remember yet?
lost that just didn't need to. And most of them innocent. No one deserved any of this.
We did everything for you. We were a family.
That's why you joined SWAT. Wake the hell up.
911. What is your emergency?
You're not here to pull the trigger and ask questions later.
We've got reports of a number of armed individuals.
You must follow the rules of engagement.
We need to bring as many suspects back as we can.
Hostage situations. Bomb threats. Active shooters.
Drop the weapon and put your hands up!
But the life or death question is always, what's on the other side of that door?
Flashing it.
Does that feel like glory to you? We're not cowboys. We are not heroes. We are the last line of defense. Are you ready?
What are you doing? Fuck you!